I want to read what it says on the absolutely magnificent sculpture. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded, Ralph Waldo Emerson. In gratitude for your dedicated leadership as Senior Rabbi of Sinai Temple, 1997 to 2023. I think I want to start by saying that if my mother of blessed memory were here tonight, I know what she would say to me as I either walked up or came down, which is, you better begin the thank you notes early tomorrow morning and make your handwriting legible and address the envelope yourself. Because my parents taught us that the deepest religious emotion is gratitude. And I want to start, before I say anything else, with a couple of thank yous to the dinner chairs, Judy and Tom, Lonnie and Jimmy. I also want to thank Jackie and Andrew Singer. And Andrew Singer did the beautiful videos, along with Clay, who shot them, and Gina Resvanpour, and Jackie Achdud, and Susie Schmidt, and Faith Gershbach, and Micah Marikaner, and Jessica Green, and so many others who helped make this beautiful evening and this beautiful room possible and realized it. And of course, to friends of so many decades who go back to college, and whom I called. Mark didn't tell you what he said when I called him. When I said I want to apply to be the rabbi of Sinai Temple, I will eliminate one word in the sentence because it's inappropriate for me to say, but he said, get the something out of here. And I said, no, I really mean it. But I also want to thank, of course, Mark and Julie Platt. You know, I have learned for a long time that you can live with grievances or with gratitude. And it has less to do with your circumstances than how you see the world. And this gratitude I want to express to my partner for so many years, Howard Lessner, the beautiful words that he spoke tonight and how much he meant to me. And I also want to express gratitude because I don't think that they have received enough to a family that has given as much to this synagogue as any family in this synagogue. And that's the Begin family. I want to thank Rebecca and Judy and Sarah, because in the midst of tremendous tragedy in their own families, day after day and year after year, they worked for this synagogue and they helped this synagogue grow, and they never did it for plaudits and they never did it for thanks. But I know that both Howard and I relied on them in so many ways for so many years, and I really want you to give them an ovation. You know, I know that none of you remember this, but many years ago I got in trouble with a Passover sermon. And so I thought I would choose Passover as my theme for my remarks tonight, and to tell you that over 26 years, if all I had been given was the chance to stand under the chuppah and join thousands of couples, Dayenu, it would have been enough. If I'd also had the chance to address the congregation each week and to find that sometimes my words went beyond the walls of this synagogue, Dayenu, that would have been enough. if I had grown and stumbled and made mistakes and been caught and helped and uplifted by this congregation, Dayenu, that would have been enough. Believe me, for 26 years, if I had had nothing but have been able to see the Elaine and Gerald Wolpe Parenting Center, it would have been enough. If I'd had the chance to renew my friendship with old friends and make so many new ones, so many of whom made the effort, and no, it wasn't easy, to come here tonight, Dayenu, that would have been enough. But there is more. Because as I said to so many of you, yes, I'm leaving, but I am not leaving. I'll be back. I'll be here to speak on Kol Nidre. I'll be here during the year, and I want to tell you why I will be here. It's not because so many people have said, oh, we really would like it if you came back. No. It's because of the graciousness and the goodness and the requests of my successors, Rabbis Guzik and Sherman. And at this moment, I want to tell you a story that I have saved for years, because I knew one day the day would come when this story should be told. And it's about the only other rabbi in Sinai's temple history who was here as long as I was, Rabbi Jacob Cohn, who was also here for 26 years. And many years ago, I was told a story by someone who knew Rabbi Cohn, Rabbi Jack Reamer, that when he retired and his place was taken by Rabbi Israel Chodas, they were in the receiving line of Rabbi Chodas's installation. And someone came up to Rabbi Cohn and they said, Rabbi Cohn, after this is over, I have a question to ask you about my child. And Rabbi Cohn said, I already know the answer. You don't even have to ask. Because if it were me, I'll tell you what I would do. I would ask the new senior rabbi of Sinai Temple, Israel Chodas. And what I want to say to so many of you is, you think that in some ways I'm the person to answer some question that you have or resolve some dilemma. And I'm going to tell you just what Rabbi Cohn said, which is that I am lucky enough to have successors who have the wisdom, who have the goodness, who already have the experience to answer your questions. 26, you know, in Gematria, in Jewish Hebrew lettering, is the name of God, Yud He Vav He. 26 years to serve out that time, that is a pretty good legacy. Rabbi Heschel once said that God speaks slowly in your life, a syllable at a time. And it isn't until you reach the end that you can read the sentence backwards. Reading the sentence backwards, I know that I have been unfathomably blessed, that I have been incredibly fortunate to be in your lives and to have you be in mine. And so I hope that you will say, along with me, for everything we have experienced together, the tragedies, and God knows there have been tragedies, the joys, and there have been so many joys, the learning, the arguments, the ideas, the experiences, and yes, the love. I hope together we can say, Dayenu. Thank you.